Now, every year, every constituency gets a CDF allocation. CDF is allocated based on the number of wards. Most constituencies in Kenya have 5 wards. We have 4, so we receive less. Even in Nairobi, ourselves and Makadara, because we have 4 wards, we receive 8 million less. But based on the amount you get on CDF, there is a percentage that you are allowed to use for CDF, for bursaries. So you just look at the total amount and you calculate that you cannot go beyond 40%. CDF is one of the best funds because CDF, you cannot, the money is either for development or you give it to bursaries. Only a very small amount exists for paying of salaries and administration costs. A very small percentage. The rest must be used for projects or given bursaries. So that's why you see the figure can change, because every year CDF allocation is based on on the main budget. So you get a certain amount, you allocate. That's why you see I'm saying for 1 year we were at about 40 million, then we get to about 50 something, then we go to 60, and even this year we are still at around that amount. Now we are given money from the national government. So the national government will allocate the money. Usually they start giving this money out in the month of December to January. Now is when they are releasing that money. So they release little amounts, whether it's 1 million, 2 million, depending with even the constituents, because they don't release to all of them at the same time. So by the time you've accumulated, because remember, I cannot give out bursaries for 1 million. I cannot give out bursaries for 2 million. Because who do I give, who do I not give? Now there was a time we did it in phases. We were able to do phase 1, phase 2. But as we've progressed, the demand also has gone higher. So what happens is we usually wait for the money to come. That is the approach that at least every member of every constituency has their own style. Some constituencies decide to do applications and wait for the money. I prefer let the money come, then you do applications. Why? Because we have in Embakasi West, we have a proper system of applications. So what we do is we will invite people to come and apply for bursaries. So right now, even if they apply, we don't have the money. We could apply, we could even write the checks, and the checks need to be signed by the constituency, and there is an officer from the national government called we call him the district accountant. He's from Treasury, Mbadi's office. He must sign all those checks. So what we do is that I usually wait until we have a significant amount for the bursaries. Once we have this amount, then we invite people to come and apply. So everybody comes in all their wards, they line up, they apply. We go through, I usually prefer a process that is simultaneous in all the wards. Other constituencies have adapted to doing it in different wards and everything, but for us, it's still a bit challenging based on what the system that was there before. So what I've tried to do is get every ward to do their own application at the same time. So we deploy as many as 200 clerks in all our wards. You know, so in a way, it's like doing it like the day we go for voting. See, everyone goes to vote at the same time. So that's what we do. Everybody comes, you bring your documents. Right now, why I feel we are not ready is because I have information that only 60% of the people who've been called to grade 10 have reported. So if I were to do an application now, these other 40% will come after. They'll come after to my office and say, you know, we didn't apply for bursary because we didn't have, we were not sure which school the child will go to, we were not ready. So it creates a problem for us. So what do? You wait. Let everybody take their children to school and know this is the school you want to go to. Once they've done, they come with all the documents. You know, we'll be asking for the various documents. What do we ask for? Come with your ID. Come with your voter's card. Why we insist on voter's card? I've just said we received the least amount in Nairobi. And so I want to give only our voters. So even like this year, last year, the last 2 years, because the voter register wasn't open, we've been lenient on people who we know are from Embakasi West. This year, the voter registration is ongoing. So we can tell somebody, go and register. Go and register, then come. And then apply. Then we ask for your birth certificate, because we also don't want people taking bursaries for somebody who's out there, a child who's benefiting in another constituency. We ask for birth certificate because we want to give your child or a guardian letter to know there's a child that you're supporting. And that one is depending. You can get a letter from your school. And then the fee structure, obviously, and the last report form of that child. So these are the items that we'll be asking. This is what the parents will be preparing. And we'll give them ample notice. We'll give them probably 2 weeks notice for them to prepare all these documents and be ready with these documents. So right now, as they are taking their children to school, they are still collecting these documents. Once they've done that, they've done the application, we will now sit down. Within a period of like 2 or 3 weeks, we can work on those applications very quickly. And then eventually we will send out messages and invite all those people who applied for bursaries to come and collect their checks. In Nairobi, I prefer giving each parent their own check so that you take it to school yourself. In rural areas, at times they end up giving one check because, all the kids go to one school and all that. For me, I don't prefer that system because every parent has their own structure and they bring us the receipts. Like, I want to thank the parents who last year, when we told them to apply, about 92% of them have brought receipts back to us. So that is the process of how to do